Bark beetles are these little insects, about a centimeter large. They normally live in dead trees or in unhealthy trees, and they eat away the layer under the bark of a tree. And if there's a lot of bark beetles, they will kill the tree. And if there's a lot more, then they can kill entire forests. When there's a healthy ecosystem, the tree roots protect the forest floor. If the trees die on a large scale, then the nutrient cycling of the entire system gets disrupted. If the forest is dead due to these bark beetles, you have massive issues with avalanches, with water retention, with floods, and for the species living there.
Forest owners, what they do now, they have to check individual trees for millimeter-sized drilling holes, because that could be an indication that there are bark beetles present inside the tree. If you imagine you own a forest that is about hundreds of thousands of hectares size, you'll never be on time to detect each and every single tree for bark beetle presence. So it's very labor intensive and also very costly.
When they do find a tree where there is bark beetle activity, they usually cut down infected trees or they burn them. In order to tackle the problem with these very small insects on this very large scale, we thought we need to use big data. That is where Copernicus Land Monitoring Service comes in.
So the Copernicus Land Monitoring Service provides different information of different aspects that we can see from space on the Earth. And one of them is the Sentinel-2 satellite that we use for vegetation characteristics.
So in order to see where there is likely to be a problem with bark beetles, we need to know which tree species is present. We need to know the height of an area, the temperatures, and the management of that area. From all this data, we generate a risk map that shows in 3 classes whether the risk of an outbreak in one area is high, intermediate, or low. This way the forester can go to the high risk area and doesn't have to search the entire forest anymore. This means the management can be more efficient, more targeted, and outbreaks can be found earlier, which means there is less damage to the forest.